Well, hello everyone. It's Richard Kadish, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, South Carolina. Today is September 13th, 2014. We're in Bluffton in the Haven, the Del Webb Seniors Only Gated Community, which is over here in the new Riverside section of Bluffton. We're here to preview this brand new home built by Pulte Homes, listed with Del Webb Properties. It's the Sonoma Cove model. It's one of their biggest models, brand new. I've really been looking forward to walking through this for some time, so I'm happy to share it with you. It has 2,536 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, an office, lots of tile, granite, stainless appliances, a screen porch. It's loaded with the things that most people are looking for these days. 2,536 square feet. Sits on 0.20 acres, so enough for privacy, but not too much to stay up with. The latest and greatest building materials and features we're going to walk through so you can see for yourself. And this is one of the ready-to-move-into homes. You know, you think about Sun City, Hilton Head, and the Haven, and Pulte Homes, and how you go and enter into a contract to build a home with them. Well, they do have some move-in ready homes for those of you that are not ready or able to wait the 6, 7, 8 months that it takes to build a home. Well, this one is ready to move into. That's why we're here. I'm eager to show it to you. And again, my name is Richard Kadish, K-A-D-E-S-C-H, and my company is Go Gated Realty, as in gated communities. And I'm the gated community specialist, ladies and gentlemen. Both Go Gated Realty and Gated Community Specialist are federally registered trademarks. Let's just listen up to a few specs and stats about this community of the Haven, which is a tremendous success story. Lots of demand here. Today there's 6 homes for sale in this community. At the same time, there's 12 which are contingent, pended, or under contract of sale, or sold. In other words, 6 for sale, 12 that are under contract or sold in the last 90 days. Well, as you know, prices are based on supply and demand, and that profile is showing you a very strong housing market here in the Hilton Head area. I hear from around the country that it's not as strong elsewhere as it is here, but here things are selling well. People are out buying properties. Prices are moving up. In this community of the Haven, the range of prices go from about $206,000 up to about $364,000. The average sales price, or the average asking price today, is about $313,000. So this one at $326,000 is a little more than average, but it's also bigger than average, and it is brand new. And the average size of a home here in the Haven for sale today, 2,384 square feet. And that range goes from 1656 up to 2896. Okay, well, I hope I didn't lose those of you that are not interested in the numbers. Let's talk about this house. It has a Hardiplank exterior. You see those shingles there that look like wood or cedar shingles or shakes? That's actually Hardiplank. It's a concrete fiberboard, which doesn't rot. The bugs won't eat it. It's very easy to clean. The windows are vinyl clad for easy care. You'll never need to paint those. In the front here we have some interior flat mullions. In the back you're going to see there are no mullions at all for a very clean open look to the windows. We have a stone apron around the base of the house. A lot of people like that. These are all options, by the way, that when you build a house you would decide, well, not the Hardiplank, but the stone. Let me start again. They're not all options, ladies and gentlemen. The interior things are mostly options relating to the granite. Some of the upgrades, this house is loaded. The stone apron is an option, but the Hardiplank is standard. You have a concrete driveway and a concrete walkway leading up to a covered front porch, which is kind of a nod on this contemporary traditional architecture to your traditional side. Those of us that like those front porches where we can sit out on rocking chairs and say hello to the neighbors when they walk down the street. And of course, the Haven is a very social place to live. A lot of the similarity principle in play. Well, let's go inside, take a look at the house. see what you think. Now this house has a most interesting design. It's very open, it's light, it's bright. The thing that's striking about it when you first enter in is that the clean, open look that this house has, this Sonoma Cove model has. You have a tile floor and an entrance hallway that continues straight back to your master bedroom. Let's just dwell here for just a moment because it's a lot to take in, a lot for the eye. First off, we'll just go up and take a look at these two foyer hallway lights that have a bit of an alabaster style glass to them. That ceiling is tinted. I don't know if the camera is able to pick it up, but it's the same as the walls. It's not white. We see white elsewhere, but in the foyer here it's tinted. We have crown molding around the ceiling of this foyer. It makes for a really big entrance into this house with a lovely archway going back towards your master bedroom, which is straight away. We're going to go back there in just a moment. First, I want to show you to the left here, this large open area, which is your dining room. Now, what Pulte knows and what I know as a real estate broker is that many of us want to have formal dining rooms, but you know, we just don't use them very much. And so they generally are open to the foyer like this one is. And you can see you've got some wainscoting around the base of the wall. You have a nice cluster of windows here at the front of the house with those mullions, giving it, again, that traditional look. We have great looking crown molding around the top of the wall there. And all of this at the same time with this traditional design is open and contemporary to the kitchen, which has a lot of counter space, all granite, has the toasted antique finish on the doors. Getting a little ahead of ourselves here. We're going to go in there in just a minute. I told you it was a lot to take in, so I don't mean to overwhelm you. Now we have wainscoting here in the foyer as well. Now here to the right, when you first enter in, on the diagonal is your office. Offices in Hilton Head homes typically have these double doors, whether they have the glass panes or solid. And they're typically immediately to the right or left of the entrance. However, it doesn't have to be that way. You'll see 3-bedroom houses where the middle bedroom or the front bedroom is often used as an office. Typically your master bedroom in a Hilton Head house is at the back where it's quieter, oftentimes where there's a view. And they have a really attractive glass panel there over the doors as well to let light into this room. There is no light on in this room. This is just your natural light here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on September 13th. Well, so let's come back out to the foyer and let's walk back in as if we were entering the house for the first time. There's a laundry room here to the right. Now that's connected to the left to our master bedroom. Now if you were a guest in this house, you wouldn't be marching into the laundry room like this, I'm sure. But this is a tour, a buyer's tour of this house, not a you're a guest of the owner tour. A lot of wire shelving here, wood panel doors throughout. And by the way, we do have the lever handles. I told you it was loaded. It's got all these upgrades built into this house already. Not to mention this tile floor, which just seems to go on and on and on. Here's our master bedroom closet. It connects through to the master bathroom. We're going to go there in a minute and circle back around. I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I promised you we'd come in like we were a guest and then we're in the laundry room. So here we go off to the right to the master bedroom. Let's go in the kitchen though, because let's face it, when your friends come over, isn't that where they go to? They go to the kitchen, they sit at the breakfast bar, they go to the family room, everything's informal. Look at this expansive countertop here and the granite surface here with the speckled pattern, very attractive. We have a KitchenAid ceramic range top here, and we have some tile in the backing on the backsplash going all the way up to our cabinets. The cabinets have this toasted antique finish, which is very popular. And these are wood paneled cabinets with either a full or an almost full overlay to them. Real nice looking cave, being your range hood there over that ceramic range. You have some attractive pulls and knobs on your cabinets. Like I said, this house is loaded with all the things that people are looking for these days. And it's open to what I'll call your family room. There's 2 rooms here. You decide how you would use them. This is your family room. Again, notice that the tile goes straight across. There's a triple cluster window, and that leads out back to your screen porch. But there's another room over to the left. And this room could be your family room. It could be your sitting room. It's completely open to the kitchen. So you choose, you decide which is the living room, which is the family room. The listing says that one of these is the hearth room. I assume that that's when you choose to put a fireplace into this house, which this particular one does not have. You know, they're optional in our semi-tropical climate here in Hilton Head and Bluffton. We have such mild winters. Well, one of the big features of this kitchen is clearly this beautiful island. And look at this slab of granite. This is a whole slab of granite right here on this top. This is fantastic. People love this. You like to have counter space. You love granite, tile. This is a big kitchen, ladies and gentlemen, with some beautiful finishes, cabinets, and so forth. We have the stainless steel appliances. Here's your KitchenAid, built-in microwave and oven. Now your refrigerator is not here, so I guess you'll just choose your own. And over here we have a KitchenAid dishwasher. And notice it's elevated a little bit off of the base of the floor. It makes it a little easier for you so you don't have to bend over quite as far. As far as I know, that's something of a Pulte trademark. I don't see the other builders doing that. So the breakfast bar comes right on over, and it's elevated a little bit so you don't have to bend over. That's pretty nice. Here's this informal side room, I'll call it. Has an indent there for your, looks like for your media center, you know, for your TV and so forth. So it does separate that off. Let's come over here and see this big room. We'll call this the living room. Our second bedroom is over here. We'll come back there in just a moment with our guest bathroom to the left. And that second bedroom has its own private bathroom. Let's just come back and get a load of this from the far side of this room, get an idea how open this is. Now, one of the things that people always talk to me about is how they want new or newer. And by Hilton Head standards, new or newer means literally brand new or maybe a year or 2 old. It's not like where my customers say they live in a 40-year-old house. By Hilton Head, that's ancient. People want new. And obviously this house is brand spanking new. They also like light and bright. I think it is clear that this house has those features. Now this is our master bedroom here to the back right of the house. You have this little privacy jog that comes off of the hallway here. A few feet of extra privacy. A closet to the left, and now we're into the master bedroom. Triple cluster there at the back. You have a recessed ceiling with crown molding up in it. Now this house does not currently have ceiling fans. That's another option. Those of you that watch my videos know that I'm always talking about ceiling fans. 52-inch ceiling fan, so I understand, can lower your temperature in the room by as much as 3 degrees. Obviously it moves the air around a lot better and it keeps you a lot more comfortable. So all of these ceilings are wired for ceiling fans. I recommend that everyone have them, from the most inexpensive condominium to the most expensive luxury home. Everybody wants and should have a ceiling fan in virtually every room. This is a big master bedroom. All your carpet here is new. Your paint is all new. And let's go see this master bathroom because it's a beauty. We have the floor tile laid on the diagonal. Very good looking here. We have the same toasted antique finishes on the cabinets that we saw in the kitchen. We have here a cultured marble countertop with a dressing table in the middle. If you're not familiar with cultured marble, it's a quartz dust mixed with resin. It's a man-made product which is molded, and you see it has a integral basin here, and we have stylish bath fixtures. The dark color, which matches up with our door handles, and in this case it matches up with the glass frame in the shower, which is also very smart looking, I might add. We have a big fixed wall mirror here just bouncing the light around like crazy. A couple of high wall lamps. Let's look over here. Take a look at this shower with the attractive tile running up the wall. A high window over that shower to bring natural light right into your shower. Down low you have a bench here to the right. Very thoughtful. And of course tile is an option as well. Like I say, this house is loaded with everything. And it also has this very interesting alcove here. Now you can use your imagination to fill this as you want. Personally, I see a big luxury chair in that space. Somebody else might see an ironing board, I don't know. I see a luxury chair and of course a TV somewhere in here. Well, that's my fantasy. Relaxing in the bathroom, cooling off after a shower, just one more place to unwind. Why not? Here's your water closet. Very common in a Hilton Head house to have that tucked into its own little room, which I call a water closet. And then I told you we'd circle back around. This is connected through. Here's our walk-in closet, by the way, both for him and her. It's very large. It has two halves to it in a sense. Over to that side and then over to this side. So you can add more shelving and get some neat space making type stuff there. And like I said, we'd come back into this area. This is your master bedroom closet, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm backing into our laundry room. So you see this circular pattern here allows you to do your laundry right off of your bedroom and you don't have to carry it very far. In our laundry room here we have this wash basin, which is very practical. This is where your full-size washer and dryer would go. It's clearly not included. And you have what are called thermofoil cabinets over that. Better than shelving. Looking good. And since I noted that the tile in our master bathroom was laid on the diagonal, I will just add that the tile throughout this entire first floor is laid on the diagonal. Well, why is that such a big deal? Well, it's a little fancier. It costs more to do and looks better, I think, for most people. Well, this house has it. It has all the extras that people generally wish that they could afford, and I'm sure you can. Again, this house is listed for $326 and $90 here in September. Now here's our little privacy jog over to the second bedroom. Before we go there, we have our guest bath. Now sometimes called a half bath because it does not have a tub or a shower. We see that it has a pedestal ceramic sink, and we have a fixed wall mirror there and a handsome light overhead. Let's continue on around here to our second bedroom. And I guess you could say it's a master bedroom because it too has a private bathroom. So it makes it an outstanding guest bedroom. That's a walk-in closet there to the left. But I'm referring over here to your second bathroom, which has all the quality of the first bathroom. It's just not as big. Your tile floor, your toasted antique cabinet finish, cultured marble top, your stylish bath faucet, fixed wall mirror, very attractive wall light with the alabaster glass, and your sliding glass shower door with the metal frame that matches up to your lever handles here. All done very, very well. And of course you have a beautiful tile surround there in your shower, fiberglass base, very attractive and practical bathroom. This is a real nice second bedroom. And over here, again, not just a closet, but a small walk-in closet. And once again, you can increase your storage here by adding some space maker type shelvings. Now Pulte doesn't do that. That's one of the options they don't offer. They would invite you to contract with whoever you want to bring in that option, and of course many people do. So let's head to the front left of the house, And here we are headed towards the garage. On our way, a couple of noteworthy sights is this huge pantry here to the left. Very large walk-in pantry, folks. Wow, that is really nice. And then over here, just on the other side, is a little closet. You know, you just can't have enough storage, in a sense. Now you may be wondering, where's the water heater in this house? I know a lot of you up north, you have your water heaters in the basement. Well, we don't have basements here. Where a lot of us put our water heaters up in the attic. Well, there's not one in the attic here too, because this house has an a tankless water heater. Big two-car garage. Normally I wouldn't take much time in a garage, but I'm standing on the right half entrance of the garage. Look at this extra space here to the right. I do work with a lot of buyers who specifically ask for extra space in the garage where they can pursue a hobby or have storage. Well, you have that in this house, in this Sonoma Cove model. One of the options is the extra deep garage. Look at this extra deep space over here behind the left half of the garage. Quite a lot of it. And then you have a window there that brings some light into that space. You know, good place for a workbench. I've seen all kinds of things in the garages. People do. It's good to have a big garage. Bigger is better when it comes to a garage, in my opinion, if you can afford it, of course. If not, well, we all do what we can. Let's walk out back, see the screen porch, and it's hard to cover everything. For instance, I didn't mention these very nice pendant lights hanging over your breakfast bar and how the breakfast bar is elevated. Oh, yes, and I did not mention your double stainless sink here, which is open to your back family room here. Very stylish faucet with the pull-down rinse mechanism. Most places have that these days. And just one more look at this, just knocked down gorgeous kitchen island here. Wow, that's a big one. That's a big one. I'll tell you what, beautiful house. Let's go see the screen porch. I'll give you my contact information as we go. Invite you to call me. Again, my name is Richard Kadesh. It's Kadesh. And my cell number is 843-684-2933. That's 843-684-2933. And my email address, rich@gogated.com. That's RICH at GOGATED.com. And my website is gogated.com. So please call or email at any time. Let's talk. And again, I'm showing you this beautiful home as a buyer's agent. We can compare this to others, this community to others, to find the right property for you. Well, now this is a big porch. Now I just want to point out one thing to you. For many of you with pets, many people ask, can they fence their yards? Well, here in the Haven, you can see how a neighbor 2 doors away there has fenced their yard. One of the comparisons for you pet lovers is that over in Sun City, which is another seniors-only Del Webb community, you cannot have a fenced yard there. So just letting you know, that's one thing I get asked a lot. So you can fence your yard for your pet here at the Haven. You cannot over at Del Webb. The annual HOA, by the way, in each community is the same. It's $2,040 a year. That is Hardiplank siding. I see we have some guttering. Brand new roof, brand new siding, beautiful screen porch, little patio out back. This is a gas community, so you do have a gas nozzle there to hook up to your barbecue to the lower right of your house there. Now let me just talk a bit about buyer's agency as we look at the back of this house. Every listed house like this one has an agent that represents the seller, and that is perfectly okay. Many of you are not aware of the fact that you can have a buyer's agent at no extra cost. And the cost to have an agent with experience like me, 39 years of local experience, is the same as whether you get an agent that has no experience and you may not even like. And that's because the price of the home, every listed home, has a sales commission in it, and that is split 50-50 between the listing agent and the buyer's agent. So a buyer's agent like myself is only paid if you buy at closing. makes it kind of a no-brainer to have a buyer's agent, because it doesn't cost you anything until the actual closing day, and it's already in the price of the house. Well, some of you may be asking, well, if you just go straight to the builder developer, won't you save money because they won't have to pay an agent? The answer is no. They do not negotiate with you based on whether you do or don't have an agent. The price is the price. However, before you get to that point of signing a contract with a builder, typically you want to go out and see some homes and compare homes, compare communities, and talk about what's important to you. That's where I come in as your agent. As I say, my fee is already in the price of the house, so it doesn't cost you anything more. There's our tankless water heater right there. That's where it's located, on the outside of the house. And there's your brand new Lennox heat pump. This semi-tropical climate is just perfect for heat pumps, ladies and gentlemen. The average life of a heat pump down here is about 14 years. This one is brand new. And as I said, this is a gas community, so there's your gas meter. And that means that you have a gas heater in your attic, actually heating your air in the wintertime. Gas is cheaper than electric. Well, that pretty much completes our tour. This is number 4 Tree Rose Place in the Haven. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed showing it to you. I like the house. Nothing like a brand new home. So please call me. Let's get acquainted. Let's find the right home and community for you within your budget that has the features that you want. It may be larger, smaller, more or less expensive. Well, I look forward to meeting you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this video. It's been a real pleasure showing you this home here in the Haven in Bluffton, South Carolina. Please call me, 843-684-2933. Let's find the home that you want here in 2014, or whenever you're ready. The record from start to finish for me is 17 years working with a buyer. I hope you don't try to beat that record, but it just goes to show that sometimes it takes a while to get to know each other before you're finished selling that house back home and can move down here and relocate the way I know that so many of you want to do. This last year, I heard more than ever before that people just don't want to spend another winter up north. So I know that many of you are not here already because you just haven't been able to sell your home. But as soon as you can, and some of you even before you can, would be wise to come on down. Let's pick one out, get the process started. You know, many of these builders have programs where you can buy the new house while you sell your existing house. So one of the ways I can help you is to explain the different possibilities to you. And so please call or email. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. I look forward to meeting you. And again, we're here in the Haven. Thank you again.